Fiesta Friday. The first annual Guam Masters Games begin this weekend, and here to give us a rundown on all the events taking place during this exciting event is promotions manager from Tropical Productions, Matt Sgro. Matt is back. Now, Matt, last time we talked, you were really busy, and there was just a whole bunch of work that you guys had to do getting the Masters Games together. It's a brilliant concept. Let's get an update. How jazzed are you guys to get started, and have you completed all your work with the various sports and exhibits?
Yeah, so we're really excited this year. It's our first ever Guam Masters Games. And, you know, like I mentioned before, I think a lot of people don't realize this. We've invited a lot of teams off island. We send out our Masters teams all throughout the world, throughout the year, but we've never had our own games where we could call our own. So this is the first ever Guam Masters Games, and the buzz that's been going around and the amount of support we've received from all the local sports has been tremendous. We got basketball, baseball, tennis, golf, grappling, and a half marathon, which will start at Leo Palace and end at Ipao Beach. For the first year, we were fortunate enough to get some off-island teams. Baseball, we have a team from Saipan. The grapplers will be getting some athletes from Saipan as well. And then running, just by coincidence, I got an email 2 weeks ago from a few Japanese runners that are like, oh, we're coming for vacation and we heard about the game, so can we run the half marathon? So I'm just,
and
okay.
they'll just be in town.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
Normally I wouldn't want to run a half marathon on a vacation, but these guys want to.
Oh, well, that shows the caliber of the athlete that you guys are bringing out.
So,
and again, to qualify for a Masters league, you have to be 30 or over.
30 or over, that's according to the Worldwide Masters Federation. As long as you're 30 or over, you're considered a master.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. I'm way past that level, so you know.
Yeah. So as long as you're 30 and over, for most of the sports, we're breaking it down into divisions. So it could be like 30s, 40s, 60 and up. But as long as you're 30 or over, you can compete in the first ever Guam Masters Games.
What is the oldest athlete do you know that you have registered for this year?
I know we have a team for basketball that is 65 and up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so technically or theoretically, they could take on guys who just turned 30 this year, right? Or do you have divisions? Or?
We have divisions.
Okay.
Normally, the youngest they would probably compete against is 50-year-olds, maybe 48-year-olds about. But, I mean, don't make their age fool you. I've seen these guys, and they're pretty quick. They're quicker than some of our younger basketball players out there. And,
you know, I've seen you play basketball, and, you know, you've seen me at least try to play sports. If you get dunked on by a 65-year-old, you carry that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So.
But, you know, we're really looking forward to a good first year. We have the opening ceremony this Sunday. It's going to be at the Mika Lounge at 5:30. We invite all athletes, their family, friends, the community as well, just to witness the opening ceremony. We're just going to make opening remarks. There'll be free food for the public. And basically, we just want to get things going for the first games. And the good thing about this is the games will be taking place Monday to Friday, or excuse me, Monday to Sunday. And every single day, there'll be a set of games going. So, for example, if you go to Leo Palace, which is the hub, you could, if you get there on Saturday, you could watch a baseball game and then walk over and watch a grappling match. So it's pretty fun for the community. They could witness multiple sports in one day if they wanted to.
Now, do you guys have like a Facebook page or a website where people can download like a schedule so they can map out their day?
Yes, the entire schedule is on GuamMasters.com. It has all the information on each sport, the time, the place, the sports director. If you had any questions at all, my contact is there, and each sports director contact as well.
Okay, so of course, last time we asked, you were here, we asked you if anybody out there wanted to volunteer, like say, you know, they've got expertise in being a ref, or, you know, they just wanted to shag balls for somebody. Do you still need volunteers at this point?
As of right now, we're pretty secure. We have officials, we have, each sports director has some help from within their community or federation, but each sports director has told me if you hear of anyone who just wants to be a part of this, help out in any way, they're still more than welcome to come out and support. Like I said, if you want to join or support any of these sports, every sports director's information is on GuamMasters.com.
Yeah, because like I was going to say, like with those Japanese gentlemen, if anybody's watching right now and they're like, they're going to call up a couple of their friends and like, man, we should do this, you know, like, can they still get in? Is there still time?
For most of the sports, it's pretty locked in already. I think the only sports where we're still accepting applications are, registrations are golf, grappling, and what's the last one? And the half marathon. Golf, grappling, and half marathon. All the other sports, unfortunately, are pretty locked in as of right now.
And is it going to be structured almost like the Olympics where, you know, you already said there's going to be like a grand opening ceremonies and then...
Yeah, this one, because
everything sounds to be like tournament style almost. For
it's pretty much like tournament style. We figured because it's the first year, you know, instead of going huge like the Olympics, we wanted more of a cocktail mixer opening ceremony where everyone could really be in a small environment and mingle and talk to each other and get to know each other more. When we originally planned to have a bigger one, we thought, we just thought it'd be a lot better to keep everyone more condensed and just to get to know each other a lot more, because a majority of this year will be our local athletes. Yeah.
Are there any familiar names that anybody should see? Because there's a lot of guys that are 30 and up who like they were high school superstars, or they played in leagues like the MFL or the business basketball leagues, or church leagues, GovGuam leagues and stuff like that.
For basketball, I recommend looking out for Ray Tapasna and Benny Bello. Baseball, definitely look out for Justin and Bill Bennett. And golf, of course, Bill Regis.
Okay, so it's going to be an all-star event.
Yeah.
Pretty much. How has this been for you and your staff? Because you guys, this isn't exactly the only thing you guys have done this year. You guys are right in the middle of a concert, on top of a trade show, on top of a fight that was held in a completely different place in the Philippines, on top of all these different events. How do you guys manage handling all these things back to back?
We really get a lot of support, not only from our sponsors, but from the community as well. For instance, when we first planned this, we decided to go after each sports director of someone who is very big in their sports, who is very familiar with the tennis community or the basketball community. So they've been a lot of help as well. For instance, Justin and Bill Bennett, Ray Tapasna, Rick Nanetti, Jane Uggan, Melker Manabusin, without all of these, and Manny Hekanova, I can't forget him. Yep. Without all of these sports directors, none of this would be possible. And especially a special thanks to Brittany and Benny Bello, because they've helped tremendously a lot. And of course, EJ Calvo. This whole thing came together with Benny Bello, Ray Tapasna, and EJ Calvo just getting together and deciding, we really need to bring an event to Guam that showcases the talent of our master athletes. There's all this buzz around the youth and college students, which is good. They're the future athletes of our island. They're basically the future representatives of our island. But it's a shame that we don't get to showcase the talent of our masters athletes, because as an athlete myself, I understand that there's so much talent out there, but because of just airfare rates and timing, it's hard to really take notice of our master athletes. So we wanted to bring an event here that we could show the whole community what type of skills our masters athletes possess.
So guys like my age, and can I just make a suggestion for next year?
Yeah.
Have an old school volleyball tournament. The old school rules, only the white ball and no libero. And we'll talk about that afterwards. Matt, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate it. Best of luck.
Can't
wait to see you out there. Now, we can't wait to see you on the flip side of this break, so stay tuned.